Welcome back to the channel, guys, and it is time for the July 2025 video games pickup video. Now, I keep making a liar out of myself, and I know I've said this in the past, right? Because I said going into this year that I wasn't going to be buying a lot of games. Then the Switch 2 came out, and then July happened. So we have a little bit of things to get into, but these are relatively good pickups. I got some new games, but the majority of them are relatively retro games, I would want to say, and some interesting reasoning behind picking some of them up. So let's start off with things that came out this month, because the big game for me coming out was Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, I haven't started this game yet. I really haven't been playing much. I've been a little busy doing stuff. But Donkey Kong Bonanza was a game I felt like I had to pick up. I saw that it was getting like perfect 10 ratings kind of across the board, and it just had like a really cool, like, I don't know, art style to it. It's made by the same team that made Super Mario Odyssey, and it just really looks fun. I don't know if I've ever fully played through a Donkey Kong game thinking about it. Like, I own DK64, never finished it. Maybe I'll make that a goal for the future. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. But another game also that I was very interested in that came out this month is Shadow Labyrinth. Now, Shadow Labyrinth is a weird, kind of quirky Metroidvania, but it kind of looked like Souls-like at the same time. Pac-Man game? It's weird because it's like a weird alternate take, as it says on the back. That's the best way to put it, on Pac-Man. Now, I picked up the Switch 1 version. I wanted this for Switch 2, but the Switch 2 version doesn't have like a physical cart to it. I don't know if it's like a code in box or if it's a game key card, but you get like a free update for the Switch 2 version if you buy the Switch 1 version. So, alright, I'll get the Switch 1 version. And I thought this was going to be like a full, like, $60 game. And it was funny because I was like so hyped for this, and it was only like $29.99 retail. So, yeah, it even made the purchase more justifiable for me. I'm excited to play this. Now, the next two games I picked up, I think I just really picked up because I want to play every version of these games possible. And that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets for the PlayStation 1. Now, I'm pretty sure I own these games. And when I say I want to play every version of them, I mean like every game throughout the series as well, which I'm pretty sure these were like the last two I needed. I've never played the PS1 versions of these games. I've played to death the PS2 versions, the PC versions, which are drastically different. So, grabbing the PlayStation 1 versions for reasonable price, I'm looking forward to it, to add to my backlog of the Harry Potter Game Boy games that I have yet started as well. But I think these are going to be like a nice little fun, maybe around Halloween time, playthroughs for me. Now, the next couple games I picked up were interesting too, because if you know me, you know that I love the Tales of series. And there were a couple games that never came out stateside that are now getting fan translations, like complete fan translations. So I figured I'd pick up the Japanese versions of them and then probably play the fan translations on my PC. But I'm a big proponent where, like, if I emulate stuff, I have to own the physical copy. And a lot of the things I've been emulating, if I do, are like fan translations of Japanese games or handheld games. Like Persona 2, like I had Innocent Sin, I think it is. I have on the PSP, but I bought it like sealed. So I was like, let me just play it on PC with upscaled resolutions and all that. But I do actually own the game, so it's kind of justifiable for me. So that all aside, what I picked up was Tales of Innocence R. Now, this game released on the PlayStation Vita, but originally on the Nintendo DS, and surprisingly, neither of those versions came stateside. We ended up getting Tales of Hearts R, which was a similar situation to this, but it actually was released stateside and translated. What's interesting for that, too, at least at this time period in the Tales of series, in terms of like the lifespan, we were getting a lot of Tales of games. So I was just shocked that this one never made it over. But again, fan translation's been released, so I'm excited to play this. Another one that the fan translation has been released is one of the games that is still like the old school style of Tales, but it's one people have always recommended playing if there was a fan translation or if I knew Japanese, and that is Tales of Rebirth. Now, I'm excited to play this too because even just looking at the back, one thing that's interesting is just how different the back art is designed on Japanese games versus the American releases. But the artisticness here makes it seem like this is going to be a Tales of game that I really enjoyed. And yeah, this came out, I think, back in 2004. So it's interesting that I think a couple years ago this fan translation came out. So that's going to be fun playing as well. Now, the last one has a fan translation that is still in progress. I don't think it's been released yet, and that is Tales of Destiny 2. Now, you might be thinking, wait, we got Tales of Destiny 2 here stateside. It doesn't need a fan translation, but no, the Tales of Destiny 2 that we got here stateside was actually Tales of Eternia, if I'm not mistaken. And in Japan, they actually had a direct sequel to the original Tales of Destiny that, as I mentioned, never came out stateside. And see, these two make a little bit more sense because it was during a time where not every series had sequels or whatnot, or new games in the series that were getting localized. And that's just not even the Tales of series. Other big franchises had similar situations. So it's interesting too to see that this is gonna hopefully have a release fan translation shortly, and that's when I'll probably play this. Now, when we look at PlayStation 5 games, Prime Day happened this month, and there were some good deals. So I finally picked up Silent Hill 2. I was waiting for this to kind of drop in price, and for Prime Day it did. And I don't know if I ever played Silent Hill 2. I played Silent Hill 1. So I'm surprised they went and remade the second one, not the original one. That's besides the point. But, you know, if you like survival horror games, I heard this is fantastic. And then the other game I picked up is Fantasian Neo Dimension. This is a Square Enix game that I picked up because it kind of looks like it has a, like an old school Final Fantasy vibe to it, character-wise, art style-wise. It reminds me a little bit of Final Fantasy IX just from looking at the back. It looks like it's a turn-based battle system as well. So, that is a game that also was on sale for Prime Day. Might as well, right? Now, the last game I picked up, I have always wanted for the collection, but it was always a little bit pricey anytime I would see it. It's a sequel of a beloved PlayStation 1 game, and I was happy to finally get this at a price point that I was happy with, and that is Parasite's Eve 2. Now, Parasite's Eve 1 was just a really weird, again, survival horror game that kind of is like a Resident Evil, but also just strange. It's literally, as it sounds like, I think Parasite's Eve 1 was you were in a building the majority of the time, right? And there was, of course, some kind of parasite. It's been probably like 9 years since I played it. I don't really remember most of the original game. I remember playing it. I just don't remember the story, which I probably should, right? I'm not like that old. Am I forgetting stuff already? But yeah, so I've always wanted to get the second one. It was one of those games that I found out around the same time that I learned about the Fear Effects series, and they were like hidden PlayStation 1 games that really didn't get the notoriety that they should have. Granted, maybe they did. Like, I was a youngin', right? Like, I was 7-ish. Well, when the PlayStation 1 came out, I was 2 to 8 years old, because PS2 came out in 2000. Yeah, so from 94 to 2000, I was just a child. I was playing Spyro, I was playing Crash Bandicoot. I was attempting to play Tomb Raider, which never really finished. I always liked Tomb Raider, but it was just never really my style of game. I've always tried to give other games in the series, like Chronicles, and I have another one for the Dreamcast that I want to finally get through a Tomb Raider game because people love them, and there's always just something about it. I don't know if it's tank controls that just aren't my style, but that's also, again, besides the point. These more like M-rated games, when I was a kid, I don't know if it was my parents wouldn't buy them for me or they just weren't my style of what I was looking for, right? I never saw any of the Parasite Eve on like demo discs that I would get. So, again, there are a lot of games that I'm learning more about from retro consoles as I'm getting older and doing research. So, I'm excited to finally give this one a shot. So, again, those are the game pickups video. Those are the game pickups for July of 2025. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. I think it's going to be a slow August, not like super slow. I do have stuff coming in that they're not, we'll save them for next month, right? To talk about them because they're not going to be here by the end of this month. And even if they are, this video is going up. So let's talk about it, right? What do you guys like about what I picked up this month? Do you have any memories of any of these games? Do you have any games to recommend? Have you been enjoying Donkey Kong Bonanza or Shadow Labyrinth? Let me know down in the comment section below. As always, thank you for watching, guys. I will catch you soon. Game on. Have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.